Daniel makes $128,000 a year. By every mathematical metric, he should be comfortable. Instead, he can't afford to turn his heat back on. At 2:11 in the morning, he sits on the edge of his bed, staring at a bank app. The screen reads exactly $412.87. His next rent payment hits in 9 days. The car insurance is overdue. 2 student loan auto pays have already bounced. And in the next room, his 6-year-old daughter is sleeping under 2 blankets because he is trying to ration electricity. Daniel followed the standard societal formula: the degrees, the corporate job, the study promotions. But that right path created a false sense of security that actively masked a shrinking financial margin. 7 hours later, Daniel is on the 18th floor of a glass office building. He listens to his coworkers discuss weekend trips and new restaurants, nodding and smiling at the right moments. He keeps one hand under the desk so no one sees it shaking. The shaking started with an email notification he received at his desk, a simple alert that his card had been declined. He hadn't tried to buy anything significant. The decline was for his daughter Mia's school lunch payment. He checks his bank app again. He has $18 in one account and $6 in the other. Maintaining this professional image is an exhausting performance. It forces people to hide the reality of their situation, making it nearly impossible to admit they are actually drowning. At 10:37 a.m., his manager calls him into a private room. For a brief second, Daniel thinks this is the moment the numbers finally stop hurting, the raise that makes the math work. Instead, his manager slides a folder across the table. The company is cutting his team's budget. Daniel's workload is going up, his bonus is being reevaluated, and the meeting ends with a veiled threat to his job security. Daniel does what anyone trapped by their bills would do. He swallows the panic, nods politely, and goes back to his desk. Relying on a corporate ladder to outpace a rising cost of living is a trap. It leaves your entire financial survival at the mercy of systemic shifts that you have no power to change. The cost of the lifestyle isn't just measured in dollars. When he gets home, Mia hands him a crayon drawing of their family. It's just the 2 of them. His wife left 2 years ago, after the first missed payments and the constant arguments about where the money was going. Daniel had claimed he was just tired from work, but the stress had made him a ghost in his own home. This chart shows how a 6-figure salary disappears. First, fixed costs: $2,300 rent, $640 car. Then secondary weights: $1,100 student loans, $900 childcare. Most income is gone. The final blow is his oldest credit card, $11,842 balance, minimum due in 2 days. Daniel leans back in the blue glow of his laptop, letting out a laugh that turns ugly. The math of his life has become ridiculous. He spent 10 years trying to earn his way out of stress. All he really bought was a more expensive, more isolating version of the same pain. The next morning, Daniel stops pretending. He tells the truth to his boss, to his bank, and to everyone he'd been hiding from. He begins dismantling the illusion. He asks the bank for a hardship plan, cancels the memberships he doesn't use, and sells the car he can't afford. He stops trying to look successful and starts building a life that is actually survivable. Stopping the cycle requires a painful surrender of the ego. You have to be willing to lose the things that made you look right to the world. 3 months later, Daniel still has debt. He still lives with pressure, and he certainly isn't rich. But on a Friday night, he's sitting on the floor with Mia, eating cheap takeout from cardboard boxes. She's laughing so hard she snorts noodles out of her nose. He looks at the half-empty apartment, and then at his phone. It's quiet. There are no notifications for declined cards or overdue notices. Daniel is finally telling the truth about his life. And for the first time in